here's how we do automation. There's two ways of getting into it and opening it up. You can go up here to View, hold that down, hit Track Automation, and it will open up the automation screen for all the instruments. Let me close the media browser so I can get more real estate open on the screen. All right, there we go. So let me see. So we click on a track, and that's one way of opening it. View, Track Automation. Let me unclick that and go back to regular Arrange View. But you can also just press, very simply, just hit the A key. There you go. You're in Track Automation. All right, so I'm going to do a fade out. Very simple little volume automation at the end. I'm going to go towards the end of my sequence, the end of the record that I'm working on here, just to give you an example of how to do a smooth fade out. I'm going to start here where this beat is just going at the end. All right. We don't want to click that. We want to go to a to the master track. And the master track, once we create the volume fade out on that, you'll hear the volume on every track fade out as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the mixer button at the bottom here. And I'm going to bring this bar all the way to the right and find the master track. I'm going to go to where it says off on the master track, and I'm going to click that, and I'm going to go to Latch. As soon as I do that and unclick the mixer button down here, go back to my arrange window, I'll now be on the master track. All I got to do is go to a section that I want to start fading at. Let's just say right here. I'll press play or hit the space bar. All right. Let me bring it back a little bit. All right. To scroll back and forth, you could just use the bottom arrow keys on your if you're on a notebook. It's the keys that have the left and right. Actually, they are the greater than, less than symbols that have the comma and the period. Those will move your cursor back and forth. It'll move it back very evenly, right on to the beginning of a bar. So it's easy to jog back and forth. All right, the other arrows are just to move up and down the tracks. Just figured I'd throw that in there. All right, so I'm right here at measure 123. I'm on the master track. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click over. There's going to be a first of all, you want to make sure that on the master track the parameter reads volume and latch. All right. The difference between latch and write mode, because there's several different modes you can do in automation, are that when you keep it on latch, every time you go back and make a pass and you want to do fine adjustments, it won't erase what you have. It'll just continue to add to the movement. So I'm gonna hit right here at measure 123 in my range. Just gonna take with the mouse, left click, and create a dot. And I'm gonna create another one at the end where I want the fade out to end. So I now pull down this volume line to infinity, 0, it's done. It starts at 0 and it ends on infinity, which is silence. All right, so now I'm gonna go back a little bit before that measure and play, and you're gonna hear it fade out. Very easy stuff. Done. Fade's done. Nice and even. You could just drag it left, drag it right. If you want the fade to be longer and take longer to fade out, or if you want a quicker fade, drag it closer to the beginning of your fade. See? Really, really easy stuff. All right, cool. So now let's just say you don't want to do a fade out. You want to mute at the end. You just want it to just stop. And you can use this technique anywhere in the song if you just want to do some drops, some mutes. Go and hit the volume button on the master fader track. In this case, we're doing it on the master fader track because we want it to affect every track the same. All right. So I'm going to go hold down that option that says volume. I'm going to go up past the one that says display off, go to main, and hit the mute and hit the mute button or the mute option. Now I click on that bar that shows. It's like a very faint black bar, or line I should say. Click on that. It becomes blue. And you click, I'm going to just click it in a few different places. Now when I drag this down, that's the area that's going to get muted. So the mute could last this long, or I could drag it to the right and it could last longer. Or it could just be a really short, simple mute. All right, so now I'm going to play back, and you're going to hear the track cut out, and it's going to come back in. Everything's muted right here. Right back in. Very easy, so you can be creative and use that the way you want to use that. I'm just showing you the basics here. All right, it's up to you to be creative and artistic with your work. But basically, that's volume and mute. Pan works pretty much the same way. What you'll do is, with automation, let me grab another track, not the master track, but let me pan something left and right. So let's just say I want to let me go to the beginning and see what I have going on here. What instruments I could pan. Alright, so I have that vocal. I just don't know vocal. We solo that. Just don't know. Alright, so what I do is on playback, all I do is go to where the panning is, right here. Left side of your screen. Fader channel. In this case, it's the channel that has that vocal on there. And I'm going to record a panning movement from left to right. So let me just like play this, hit record, and then just drag the panning module left and right. And it's recording that back and forth. Hit stop. And now, when I go to this channel and I hold down the volume button, I will now see a panning option that wasn't there before. So now, when I play back, I will be able to witness that panning taking place. Just don't know. Actually, we're gonna have to do that again because it didn't record the way I did it, the way I wanted it. Let me hit record again. Here's the option. As I'm moving this panning, as I'm moving the pan left and right, you'll see this black line going up and down, up and down. That is the panning option. Now what I want to do is I want to record that. The problem here is my dumb self here never set the track to latch or right. So make sure whatever channel you're going to automate, you set the option to latch, right, touch, etc., etc. All right. So let me play. And you don't have to hit record because when you're on latch, it's going to record as soon as you touch. As soon as you touch anything on that track with your mouse, it's going to record that movement. All right. There we go. Easy stuff. And you see the panning bar writing the new parameters in green. And there it is. Now you can see all that information that I wrote as panning information. So that vocal is going back and forth. I'm going to play back. Moving from left to right. It feels like something's missing, but just don't know. Well, there you have it. Automation 101, very simple volume and pan changes. I'm going to put up some new videos soon. Another video about automation, a little bit more in depth. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this, and I will be back. Peace.